What is emotional sobriety? Emotional sobriety is an important factor in recovery. It means being able to confront and cope with all the negative emotions that, were ignored when using drugs or alcohol. These are the feelings that act as triggers for relapse. So being able to manage them is crucial for recovery and for staying sober over the long term. Working toward emotional sobriety is a long process and can be assisted by addiction professionals in a good treatment program. Emotional sobriety is a concept that originated with Alcoholics Anonymous, the AA, the 12-step support group program for those who struggle with drinking. Participants in AA work through the steps to achieve lasting sobriety. The final step requires taking the message of AA to others while also living the steps and practicing AA principles in everything a person does. The step also mentions emotion help others to achieve it. The concept of emotional sobriety is not limited to AA. It is useful for anyone struggling with addiction. And I am a firm believer in the program. Beyond physical sobriety, what founders of AA recognized, and that is important to anyone with a substance use disorder today, is that simply stopping use of a substance and avoiding relapse is not enough. While this may be the first and most urgent part of recovery from an addiction, it is also crucial to address all the negative feelings, thoughts, and behaviors that were smothered and ignored by our drinking or drug use. Only when these issues are confronted and managed can someone truly achieve both physical and emotional sobriety. One of the most important reasons to address negative emotions and to learn to control or manage them is to avoid relapsing. Our negative feelings are often triggers for substance abuse, and if they are not regulated, a relapse becomes nearly inevitable. The less obvious reason to work toward emotional sobriety is that it improves overall mental health and quality of life. Emotional sobriety is complicated and difficult to define, but generally it means being able to experience, confront, and accept all emotions, even the painful ones. It doesn't mean being happy all the time, but it does mean having a healthy relationship with emotions and using positive strategies to cope with those that are negative. It is a complex and long process to learn to become emotionally sober. So, how to achieve emotional sobriety? Working toward emotional sobriety is different for everyone. Some strategies work better for certain people than others, and the time it takes us to successfully manage emotions may be longer or shorter, depending on the individual. A good treatment program for addiction will include several strategies and techniques for helping individuals learn to regulate feelings and develop emotional sobriety. There are also some important strategies that anyone can use in or out of treatment to have a better emotional balance. One is behavioral therapies. Another one is mindfulness practices. Another is reappraisal and social connections. Emotional sobriety is a state, but it is also a process. No one achieves perfect emotional sobriety, and the important thing is to always be working toward better balance, greater emotional awareness, and the use of coping strategies that are healthy and productive. All of this information and so much more can be found on the altamirarecovery.com website. And you know, you don't have to take this journey alone, my friends. Like I always say, I just want to be the voice I never heard. I don't have all the answers. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a degree in this, but I've been to hell and back. You can always email me at nomowinodaf@gmail.com. You can find me on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter under nomowinodaf, or on my website, nomowinodaf.com, or just Google nomowino, and you will surely find me somewhere. So God bless you all. Best of luck on your journey, and most of all, Thanks for being part of mine. What is emotional sobriety? Emotional sobriety